Now, this is the only other time I'm really ever going to say, think about the bad things that have happened to you. Alright? Now, if bad things have occurred to you, doesn't it mean that bad things have occurred to just about everybody else? Whether they tell you or not? Right. So, when those bad things have happened to you, how did you respond afterwards? Were you more cautious later on during certain experiences? Let's try that again. Now, when the bad things happened to you, did you afterwards become more cautious to similar events? Did you become more wary of people, trusting less? Did you start pointing out specific personalities that you were trying to avoid, maybe? Now, if this culmination of events have shaped your personality, don't you think that other people's personalities are shaped by the good and bad events that have occurred in their life? So before you go off and start judging others, hating people, which is completely unnecessary, before you start viewing people in a negative aspect, think about it. People usually have a reason for why they behave the way they do. Whether you're going to find out, you're most likely not going to. Unless you choose to be close to that person, be receptive, and actually be a friend, you truly never know what somebody else has been through, and you probably never will. How many things that have happened in your life that you don't even tell your parents, that you haven't even told your best friend, that you haven't told anybody? There's a bunch of stuff, probably. Even if it seems so, and right now if you think, all right, maybe something has occurred in my past, and not even including the past, you don't know why someone's acting the way they are currently. It could be something going on in their life right now. You never know. You know, some person may have an attitude or be stressed or tired all the time, not because they're up partying all night or like to play video games all night or just lazy people who don't want to work. You got to think that, you know, maybe they're at home taking care of a family member who's super sick and they don't want to talk about it. Or maybe they're dealing with mental illness and getting up out of bed is hard enough for them, let alone interacting with people in public. And then having to be happy, or at least pretending to be happy. You will never know the burden that somebody else carries unless you are there for them and you know what's actually going on in their life. So, from my perspective, the best thing to do is treat everyone like they have something going on in their life. Because you truly never know. That asshole may be an asshole because that's the only way they know how to act when their life is falling apart around them. And that's the only control that they have, because a smile may be the hardest thing to do. And being kind to other people may just seem completely impossible, especially if they're not feeling loved. It's hard to give out love. So, be understanding.